Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS22 DLC review video. In this video I'll show you the Farm Production Pack DLC that will be released on 30th of April 2024. And this is not a DLC that was made by Giants, but it is a third-party DLC that was made by a Dutch modding team. Yeah, and it is not about a lot of vehicles, but this time it is more about buildings. It's about a lot of sheds, as you can see, and quite a lot of selling station with special selling features, which I find very interesting. And there are wind turbines and solar panel as well, and a solar panel cleaning robot, which is very cute. And finally there are, in this farm production pack, there are productions, but only 3 of them. And one of them is not working at the moment, but maybe it will work when this game will be released on 13th of April. And yeah, so as you can see, we've got a lot of sheds, and there are the 3 productions. Part of them with quite interesting gameplay or features. And there are the selling stations, big ones and little ones. And I will tell you what is special about this. And here we have this big distribution logistics center. But it is not for pallet storage. It is a special selling station. And I will show you how it works. And finally we have a buying station, a huge buying station for building-wise, with some things you can buy, like fertilizer and seeds and so. Okay, let's start with the sheds. And we will go down. Okay. Here, this is a little bit fancy looking shed with this overhang. And here, this is just a huge shed where you can, build your own little city somehow. But it is not the biggest one, I think. There is an even bigger one. And this here is just a normal open shed. Huge, very huge. And so those sheds are mainly for big farms, I would say. Not all of them, but most of them. Here there is a medium-sized shed as well. And here, I think this is the medium-sized shed, which is medium-sized in when you can compare it to the other ones, but standing here I would still say, oh, this is huge. So big machinery, big farm. And here we have a huge shed, and there is something special about this. This is for storing root crops. You could drive there with a vehicle and place your tractor there, but you could put roots. And because it is a root storage, you can only place it in an angle with 90 degrees. So I'll just show you what I mean with this. So I need a free space, maybe over here. And here we have the sheds, and then I think it's this one. So if you want to turn it, it snaps to 90 degrees. And you can't make it in a different angle. So 90 and 180 and so on. This is possible, but not like with this one, You can just place it in which angle you want. And this 90 degrees placement is not a problem on a farm like mine, which is all 90 degrees for showcasing stuff. But if your farm is in a certain angle, then this might be a problem for placing. And this angle limitation is due to the feature of the root crop storage. Because if you dump stuff into a building and it is not in a 90 degree angle, then the stuff spills out at the sides. Even when you make, as a modder, the right collisions and all this kinds of stuff, it still spills out at the side. And therefore, it's the same with the bunker silo. You can only place bunker silos in 90 degree angles. And this is because of the spilling problem. And maybe Giants will solve this spilling problem in the next or next after next Farm Sim, but in Farm Sim 22 we still have this problem that everywhere where you dump your crops, roots or grass or things like that, then you can only place it in 90 degree angles. Yeah, and therefore some of the buildings have this limitation. Okay, and I know this because once I tried to make a potato shed and it spilled and spilled and spilled most of the time. Only sometimes it didn't spill at all. And only when I said, okay, I don't release it at ModHub because it's not working properly, then I found out about this 90 degree thing. But that was in FS19 still. So here we have another shed, and this is divided in the center and has a roof in front. And then here, this is another one with a root storage possibility and therefore only 90 degrees placement, but it's huge. I think it's even bigger than the other one that we saw. So this is all for your vehicles. You can, place the whole village in this shed. And here we have another huge one. Did I miss one? No, I didn't miss one. Those are really, really huge buildings. Here, this is a bale storage in this part of the building, and you can't enter this like it is with the base game bale storage. But beside here is a shed where you can put your vehicles. And then we have another bale storage. You can't enter it, but you can store up to 250 bales and pellet storage. I think it should be pellet storage as well. It only says bale storage. But usually they are good for pellets as well. I haven't tried it. And here we have a workshop with a shed, so quite a nice big hall with more decorations than in the other sheds. And here you have the workshop trigger. And you even have a lobby. And you can pretend to sit there and have a nice talk with your friends that you are playing with. Okay, so now let's go to this barn air fertilizer producing feature. Usually this feature would work with an indoor shed, because inside the barn, animal barn. And I think especially cow barn, but and maybe pig barn, but it even works with chicken coops, I think. So imagine you have a big barn, a closed hall where your animals are, and they do their digestion poops and so, and the air is full of gas, so to say. And with this machine, it takes the gas from the barn and makes liquid fertilizer out of it. And I think this is a very good idea, and it exists in reality, and I think it's very good for the climate and so on and so forth, because of all the methane that is in the what the cows produce after eating. And yeah, so this is a normal cow barn. This production works even with meadows, with animal meadows. It wouldn't work in reality because the stinking air can't build up in a pasture like that. But in the game it works with a simple meadow. Yeah, and this is the production. You can only place it close to an animal barn or meadow, and yeah, it doesn't produce the liquid fertilizer only with the air of the cows, but it needs another ingredient, and this is sulfuric acid, and you have to buy it in the shop. But it's cheaper than the liquid fertilizer. So, and you bring it here, and you open it up here, and then you place it. Usually you would do it with a front loader or forklift, but yeah, I have my superpowers on. So now we close it again. We can place two of them, and when using the sulfuric acid and the cow air, and then we produce the liquid fertilizer. And 20 liters of sulfuric acid are used to produce 40 liters of liquid fertilizer. Yeah, I think the idea is somehow awesome, and in this time where everybody's talking about climate change and the bad cows and so, this is a good possibility to make something useful with all these methane-rich air. Yeah, but I don't think it saves you a lot of money, because when you go here and you want to buy it, you have to pay 80,000 bucks, and for the production you have to buy the sulfuric acid. So when you play a very long time with this, in the end you will earn the price for this machine, but you have to use it quite a long time and then use the liquid fertilizer to fertilize your fields. Yeah, a much simpler way to use what your cows and pigs are producing is slurry and manure, but this is not so modern like this. I think it's a modern aspect of technology in agriculture. And here we have sugar beet cutter. You get cut sugar beet out of it, when you put sugar beet inside, and some stones. And so here this telehandler doesn't belong to the machine. I only placed it here with some sugar beets inside to show you the machine. So you just put it inside. Oh, it doesn't go back. Okay, then I just leave it as it is. And it starts to work immediately. At least it should. Hey, you should work. Maybe I should take this away. Sorry. Okay. When I tried it last time, it worked. Now, okay, I have to activate it, but it's not like the normal production where you come into a menu. You just press R and then it starts working. Yeah, and here are the stones building up. It will take a while until you can see them. And here you can already see the cut sugar beets and sugar beet cuts. But you can't put a trailer underneath this, so you have to come with telehandler or with the front loader to get those sugar beet cuts. So it's no easy way, but if you like to have this working around on your farm with different machinery, then this is just perfect. Okay, and here we come to the non-functioning machine, which is a root crop washing machine. And the idea is you bring water here and you bring your root crops there. You can't just dump the root crops, but you have to bring them with a big shovel from a telehandler or wheel loader or so. So this is again something for people who like to work with the machinery and to have quite a lot of not manual labor, but not just dumping to the ground, but more putting here inside. And then we go to the production menu, and here I only have washed potatoes and washed sugar beet. But if you have the premium expansion pack activated, then you can also produce washed carrots, parsnips and red beet in the same way like the washed potatoes and washed sugar beets. And as you can see, you put something inside. So quite a lot of potatoes, a little bit of water, and you get less potatoes. So I think the dirt is washed off. And you can sell these washed potatoes for a better price. And yeah, I would consider this the main production of this production pack, if it would work. Right now it doesn't work. I have the content creator version, a preview version, and in my version you can only put inside either potatoes or water and not both. And one guy managed to put both inside, but then it still wouldn't produce washed potatoes because it was blocked and couldn't put output the washed potatoes. So somehow there is a product limitation in this machine, and this is not working properly. But I would think, I don't know, but I would think that this could be repaired before the release. So maybe if you get this pack on 30th of April, maybe then it's already okay and working. If not, it will be repaired sooner or later. Sooner or later this machine will work, I'm sure of it, but as I don't know anything about the plans, I don't know when. Yeah, and I would say when it works, it's an interesting machine where you can use big shovels to work a lot and get a little bit more money out of your crops. Okay, now let's have a look at the selling stations. And yeah, there are small selling stations and bigger one, and they all, apart from the big distribution center, have a special mechanism to sell. They only take a limited amount of goods and only a limited quantity of those goods. So let's go over here. So this is here very nice with the bakery goods from Obelron. I always love to use them because they look so delicious. And yeah, at the right side down there we can see right now we can sell there bread, olive oil, strawberries and eggs. Nothing else. We can't even sell cake there, even if it's standing there, but they have enough cake for the time being, you could say. And then beside the names you see 0 liters, and out of 1882 liters. So you can only deliver less than 2000 liters of bread, and you can only deliver 837 liters of olive oil. So they only take a small amount and a limited assortment. Tomorrow maybe they won't take bread at all, but cake instead. So this changes random like, and the amount that they take changes too. And yeah, this is all the same with all the selling stations, but they have a different variety of potential goods that you can sell here. So this is mostly about baking stuff, but also about olive oil and such. And this here is more about vegetables, and here you can sell quite a lot at the moment. All this washed carrots and stuff, which you can't produce yet, but you can sell tomatoes and grapes and strawberries as well. However, you can't sell lettuce right now, even if we see it here. But yeah, what we see is only decoration, and you always have to go with this list. And it's always only a limited amount of stuff that you can sell. And here this is mainly about dairy products, but also about bread and so on. But you can't expect to sell strawberries here. Never, I think. And in the build menu you can get a glimpse of what you can sell, but not all the time, only sometimes. So here we have the vegetables market stall. Those are the products that the random mechanism chooses from, and this is the, yeah, so it says you will never sell strawberries there at the dairy market stall, but sometimes sugar and chocolate. Okay, here I can show you how it works. Here I tried to, I sold some bread, but then it stopped because it had enough bread. And now I do the same with butter. And I go here. Usually you would do it with a forklift or front loader or so. And it says demand for butter 25% covered. And it's going on until it's 100%, and then I got 1,649 sold products. This is not such a good price. Usually the optimistic side of it, or the profitable side of this mechanism, is that the prices are very, very over the top. So we go to the prices menu and let's check for the butter prices. Here we are. Okay, here we really had bad luck, and now as we already sold all the butter that they take, we can't sell anymore. But let's have, yeah, maybe we try with cheese. Yeah. Oh, somehow it changed. When I did my my German review, I got much better prices for all this stuff. So here the prices are all in the same range. The Johnson's Farmers Market gives us the best price, and the dairy market stall is below this, which is kind of strange. 1 hour ago I got fantastic prices, and they were somehow 3 times as high as the normal prices. Let's check whether we can sell sugar somewhere. No, it's this normal price. This is really interesting. And when I saw the Farm Sim show, Clutch had 100,000 bucks for whatsoever. I don't know what it was, but he got prices that you said, whew, this is really a lot. So yeah, with this experience now, I would say sometimes you get very, very good prices for the little things you can sell here, but sometimes the prices are just normal. Yeah. And as you see me a little bit wondering, because I don't understand the mechanism, how the prices come together, but I think it's a really interesting feature. It is much more realistic than normal selling stations, because selling stations usually take endless amounts of stuff and give you the normal price for this, and such a small market stall wouldn't usually take 10,000 liters of butter. 500 liters of butter is more than enough for such a small market market store, and therefore I think this feature is interesting, especially for people who like to play more realistic. But other than at my farm shop mod, where this has a different limiting mechanism to sell, so it is sold over time what you put there, and there you at my farm shop you can see what you delivered. So if you deliver cheese for selling, then you can see the cheese in the shelves. And this is not the case here, so this decoration is always the same. And here it's always the same as well. And you can sell instantly, but only a very, very tiny amount. And I really don't understand why there are not fantastic prices right now. Okay, let's go on. Here we have some vending machine booth. Here you can go inside. And right now you can sell sugar beet, milk, potatoes, washed potatoes and eggs. Maybe we do a last check on the prices with eggs. So, no, they are all in the same range, the prices. This is very interesting. Yeah, and here we have another, and here you can sell all washed stuff and strawberries and lettuce. And in the small vending station you can sell other stuff. And then we have this fresh harvest market, and here you see some shelves inside, and there is some nicely done fake room. A bit similar how I did with the farmers market on my map, Hinterland and Vorfields, with some images, and I think it's good. It's made really good. You really get an impression of depth for this area. And the selling station feature is in the back. Here you have to go backward with your tractor and so on, and the trailer. And at the moment you can only sell cake, grapes and grape juice. And it's quite a big building, considering that you only can sell so little stuff there. But it's close to reality, much closer than the usual selling stations. So we could really say here is a new gameplay feature. A gameplay feature that we hadn't yet in Farm Sim 22. And I couldn't think of a way how to do this for consoles without scripts before. Maybe now it's possible, I don't know. Maybe this feature is open for other modders as well. But up to now, you couldn't make such a limited selling station thing without scripts. With scripts, I think it would have been possible. Okay, and the distribution center. Oh no, we just check this wind turbine, which is rather cheap, and I like the look of it. It looks more friendly than the huge one, and you get less money. And you should be aware that, let's go into the build menu. It is here at the generators, and here for 75,000 bucks, and it says you get 6,840 euros or dollar a month. But that is not what you will get. This is the maximum that you would get if it's really stormy the whole month. And so if this wind turbine works like the other wind turbines. Yeah, and here then we have this solar panels, and maybe you think, oh, this is cheap, just 1,450 bucks, but this is working like a fence, and you don't place one object, but you pull it, and then you have 3 of them, and if you have the size that I have already placed, then you pay 14,000 bucks. So it's not so cheap, and you can make it as long as you want. What is an interesting new feature? I just buy this now, and then it has this cleaning robot, and it is not in the generators area, but in the tools area, in the buildings, and here you can buy this solar panel washing robot, and it has to be placed beside a solar panel, and if you already have one, you can't place it there. Let's see whether we can place it here. No, they are too close together, those solar panels. So I can only put a new one when the solar panel is further away. But what the advantage is, this cleaning robot can be used automatically for both of the solar panels. So let's try this out. Here we have this washing symbol, and I activate it, and then it jumps onto the solar panel and does its cleaning job. And in the tests that other YouTubers did, for example DJ Goham, he found out that there is no difference between what you get from the solar panel not cleaned versus cleaned. So right now this cleaning robot is useless, but it's so cute, isn't it? Yeah, if you just want to have a playful little robot on your solar panels, then yeah, you just earn a little bit more money and you buy this toy for you. And even if you don't earn more money with your solar panels. And I like the feature that you can place the solar panels like a fence. Okay, now let's go to the big distribution center. And I know a lot of you guys thought, oh, this is good, I finally can do something with my thousands of pellets, and they are stored nicely in all those shelves, and they don't. It's a selling station. A huge, humongous selling station. Yeah, but with an additional gameplay feature. And so here at this site we just have a normal selling station, so you come there with your semi-truck and load it full of stuff, and here you can sell a lot of stuff, and you just deliver it and you get your money. Like at a normal selling station. No difference. But then, if you like to drive around with a forklift and to handle pallets and things, then you can go to the other side. And here this is really looking like a huge logistics center or distribution center, and you can go there with your truck with the backside to the gate and open the gate and deliver this thing from your truck. So this is really nice if you like this delivering gameplay with the forklift. And I only show it to you here in the easy way with one pallet, but you can do it with hundreds of pallets, I guess. I only have one pallet. I bring it a little bit further up because in the German video I I couldn't fulfill what I was needed to do because of the slope, because I'm a very bad forklift driver. So I just put it here. Now it is placed. And then, and you could also just drive here with your truck. And the height of a truck has the same level as this distribution hall, and so you could unload directly from your truck if it's a truck that has an opening in the back. And then you really can play. I am distributing and selling my stuff. And here you go, and you press R or a different key on console. Do you want to deliver the pallets to the assigned places? Yes, I want to try again. And then here we go inside, and voila, suddenly a forklift appears. Before there was no forklift. We just and as you can see down there at the right corner down there, it says time left 1 minute 32 seconds. So I have to hurry. I think I will miss again, but screw it. Doesn't really matter, but I want to try it. So I go here with my forklift and I try to get this. Oops. Come on. And I know you guys are much better with this. Okay, and now we have to look where to place it. There is a symbol. It's always at a different place where you should deliver your stuff. And while you are working here with the forklift, you can't see the time, which is a pity. So, oh my goodness, no. So, but here you have the full gameplay of navigating in this narrow shelves. And here we are, and just hurry up. And yes, I managed it. I guess 1 second before the time ran out. If the time runs out, you still sell your product, but you get a warning that the time ran out. And if you make it in time, you get a little bonus for this. It's not much, it's only a few %, but I think this whole feature is more for the playfulness, for people who like to play with pallets and forklifts. You have to deliver it with a forklift, with this forklift. So you can't just use the superpower and put it there, but you have to use this forklift. And as you can see now, the forklift is gone. And when you have 3 pallets, you get more time. So it's not always 1 minute and 30 seconds. And when I could manage this in 1 time out of 2 tries, I'm sure you can manage this too. And yeah, and maybe you have a lot of fun with it. But you need quite a huge place on your farm to place it. Yeah, and I really think for players who love this kind of gameplay, this adds a lot of fun to the gameplay, and for players who don't like this, you just don't build it and you can use the other stuff. Yeah, and but the on the positive sides, you could say this limiting selling stations with this market stalls and so, they are good for the smaller farms, and the sheds and maybe this distribution center is better for bigger farms. So you get something out of this pack no matter whether you like big or small farms, but you couldn't say, okay, this is all matching together, because this selling stations, they are not so interesting for bigger farms, and when you like to play on smaller farms, the sheds are just too big, so it doesn't fits together, but there is something in it for a lot of players, I would say. Let's come to the final object, which is just a normal buying station. It looks a little bit fancy and rather big, but here if I press R, I can see what I can buy. I can buy lime, pig food, seeds, road salt, and solid fertilizer. And maybe if I came here with a liquid tank, I could buy some other stuff. I haven't tried it. But what you can't buy is apart from pig food, you can't buy something like TMR or food for your chicken and so. And yeah, it is quite a big building. As part of the village or town on a map, I would say yes, this is normal that such a buying station is a big building. Here, this is the front side. But as part of a farm, yeah, I would think it's only okay if you have a huge farm. If you have more like a tiny farm, then this building is much too large. And then I personally would prefer a small buying station. I have tens, dozens of them in my mods, these small buying stations where you can buy all this stuff and much more. But this is for a tiny farm, and this here is for a huge farm. You usually can't place it in a village, because on most maps you can't buy the land on the village. And maybe you could use some mods that allow you to place it, but only if you're a PC player. And yeah, but this would be nice for a map like No Man's Land, where you build the village yourself. Then such a building could be a nice addition. Okay. So let's come to a conclusion. Is this a good pack or no? I can only say my own personal opinion, obviously. And I guess a lot of players will have different opinions than my opinion. And when I just have a look at what is in this packet, all the different kinds of buildings and features, and if I consider that everything would work, then I would say, wow, this is a great pack for what you pay. I think it's $7.99 in US dollar, this pack. And if you want to buy it through my partner link, I'll provide a link in the description below this video, and then you can buy it directly at Giants, and I come closer to my goal to become a silver partner. yes, and sooner or later they will pay me a little bit provision for this, but yeah. Okay, and you don't have to pay more. But this is only for PC players, because the console players, they have to buy it in their own console shop. Good, so that was about the price. And I think there is a lot of stuff for this price. And yeah, but I feel a little bit, I don't know how to really say it in English, but the name of the pack leads to different expectations than that what this pack delivers. So I wouldn't call this pack farm production pack, because it has productions, yes, but those productions are only a very, very small part of this packet. The major part of this pack is more about huge sheds and special selling stations. And I don't know a good name for shed and selling station pack, but yeah, if you make this pack, you could definitely get a better idea of a better name for this pack that describes this pack much better than farm production pack. And on top of this, 2 of my production packs that are packed full with productions, really a lot of production chains, and one of them with a lot of new products in a production buildings. They had to give up their name and ModHub, and they have different names now because of this pack. And if this farm production pack would have been a pack totally or mainly about production, I would have been very excited about this pack. And yeah, and I would have used it a lot, I guess. And it wouldn't matter to me at all to give up the names of my 2 mods. But as this pack is, in my eyes, no production pack, it has too little production and it's more about sheds and selling stations, then it has something like a bad aftertaste for me to give up my mod names. I'm not clinging on my mod names, and I was asked and I said it's okay to change my mod names, but then I thought it's a pack about productions, and therefore for me especially this name is a little bit off. Not because my mods were called the same, but because it's no production pack. And I think even for the players who hear the name farm production pack and they get something totally different that has very little to do with production, they feel like guided on a wrong road, or something like that. I think a lot of players might think, hey, what is this? Where is all the production that is promised by this pack? So with a different name, this pack would have been much better. That's what I wanted to say. And yeah, but the buildings, they are really nice if you want and need huge buildings. They are really awesome and quite interesting new gameplay features, especially with the selling stations. If you want to limit what you sell, it's a very good thing, and for players who love to drive with the forklift, this distribution center is awesome, and the cleaning robot is a nice addition. So therefore I would say If you like some features of this pack, go and buy it and enjoy it, because somehow it's an awesome pack. And if you don't like the features of this pack, just don't buy it. Yeah, that's my personal opinion. Okay, so I talked quite a long time, as per usual. I wish you a lot of fun with or without this pack, and I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.